So you're doing 2-3 leg days a week. You're squatting, you're doing your RDLs, you're doing your hip thrusts, you're doing your Bulgarian split squats, even though you hate this exercise. You're eating your protein, but yet your glutes are not growing. And this is so frustrating because you're probably thinking like, well, what am I doing wrong? I'm doing everything that the girls online say to do. I'm eating my protein, doing my workouts, but my glutes are not getting any bigger. And this is so frustrating. I get it because I help women every single day who feel like they're doing the right things but still not seeing any results. So in this video, I'm gonna explain to you guys the 5 reasons why your glutes are not growing and what you can do to fix them. So make sure you guys are staying all the way to the end of this video because one of these tips literally might be the one thing you need to do to make everything click and for you to finally get the results that you're looking for. So let's get into it. So the first reason why your glutes are not growing is because the way you have your leg days structured is garbage. A lot of you guys are doing redundant exercises every single leg day. And what that means is just that you're training your glutes and moving your glutes in the same angle and pattern. So if your leg days look like this, I'm talking to you. You start off with a back squat. Then you'll do Bulgarian split squats. Then you'll throw in hip thrusts to spice it up a little bit. You'll then do sumo squats. And then you end off with doing step ups. You guys, 4 out of these 5 exercises are redundant exercises. I want you to visualize Bulgarian split squats and step ups for a second. Think of that leg in front, the working leg. Do they not look the same? Are they not identical, doing pretty much the same movement? You're training your glutes in very similar ways. There's no need to do 2 of the same movement in one leg day. Now even think about squats and sumo squats. I don't even have to like visualize it, but just saying squats and sumo squats kind of just tells you in itself like you're working the glutes the same way. So why work the glutes the same way for squats, sumo squats, Bulgarian split squats? You're missing out on so much gains because you're only going to be working one part of the glutes. If you guys didn't know, your glutes has 3 muscles. Gluteus maximus, which is the lower and middle part of your glutes, the gluteus medius, and the gluteus minimus, which are the upper portions of the glutes. And when you do squats, step ups, Bulgarian split squats, sumo squats, you're working the gluteus maximus. So you're gonna be missing out on that top portion, which is gonna give you that bookshelf capital P look that a lot of you guys want. So when it comes to your leg days, you have to structure them by having a variety of different exercises that will target the different glute muscles in different positions and angles. Not a variety of one particular exercise like squats. Kind of think of it like building a house. If you're building a house with just a hammer, you're only gonna get so far with building that house. You need an entire toolkit. You might need a screwdriver, you might need a saw, you might need I don't know, I'm not a Bob Builder kind of girl, I'm just a girl, but you know what I mean? Like you're going to need a ton of tools to build a proper home. It's the same concept when it comes to building your glutes. You're gonna need a lot of different exercises that target all 3 glute muscles in different angles to build your glutes. So what does a proper leg day look like is you should have 1 squat variation, okay? 1 single leg variation like a lunge. You also wanna have 1 hip thrust variation, 1 hinge variation, so like an RDL or good morning, and then 1 abduction variation, which means that you're moving your legs away from your body so that you can target that upper glutes. So think of seated hip abduction, cable clamshells, fire hydrants. So now let's say your leg days are structured properly, right? You're not doing any more redundant exercises, but your glutes still aren't growing. The reason behind this is because you guys are not pushing yourself hard enough and you're not doing progressive overload. When I say push yourself hard enough, I mean pushing to the point of failure. I mean pushing to the point beyond when your mind tells you you can't keep going, girl, stop. Because often enough, your mind is tricking you. Your mind will tell you to give up when your body can physically keep going. And anyone who has been training hard will tell you that it is so mental when it comes to weight training. Every single time I coach my girls and I tell them, all right, next week we're going up in weight. We're doing 150 pounds for hip thrust. They look at me like, girl, not me, what? I can't lift that. And then they go to the gym, and then they do 150 pounds hip thrust, maybe even 160 pounds. And they come back to me and they're like, girl, I did not think I can lift that weight. I was shocked. We are a lot stronger than we think we are, especially as women. We can push, especially when it comes to our lower body, a lot more than you think you can. Don't think about the weight that's on the bar or on the barbells or the dumbbells. Just lift that shit because that is what is going to make your glutes grow and build. pushing beyond what you mentally think you can do. You also have to make sure that you're increasing the intensity either every week or every other week. This doesn't mean that you're increasing the weight. It could mean you're increasing your reps from maybe 8 to 10 reps to 10 to 12 reps, or doing 3 sets to 4 sets. As long as you're increasing the intensity and pushing yourself every single time, you will get bigger glutes. Think of it like going to school. There is a big reason why we don't do grade 1 over and over and over again for 11, 12 years. We do grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, all the way up to grade 11 or 12, depending on what country you're in. And as we progress through the grades, we learn more information. It gets harder. We become smarter. Because if we did the same information, the same grade over and over, we would be quite frankly dumb. And it's the same concept that applies to when you're working out at the gym. If you were to do the same reps, the same sets, the same weights for 3-4 months straight, your glutes are not going to get bigger. So push yourself beyond what you mentally think you can do and up the intensity either every week or every other week. I hope we're good on time, man, because every time I make a video, I'm like, okay, let's just make this video in 12 minutes, but it ends up being like 20 minutes long. Now, let's say you have the proper leg day structure. No more redundant exercises, you're doing progressive overload, you're pushing yourself to failure, but your glutes still aren't growing. This is because you have poor form and you're not making that mind to muscle connection. This is something that's so underrated online. I feel like there's so much more emphasis on pushing heavy weight, lifting heavy weight, but not so much on mind to muscle connection, thinking about the muscle that you're using, thinking about your glutes stretching and contracting, actually feeling your glutes working. A lot of times people want to ego lift, which means you just want to lift heavy shit to say you can lift heavy shit. Like, oh, I can hip thrust 4 plates on each side, but you're feeling it in your back and your quads and not so much your glutes. You are going to be missing out on the gains because you're not actually working your glutes to the full capacity. Think of it like brushing your teeth backwards. If you had a toothbrush, but the front of your toothbrush where the brushes and bristles are on the outside and the back of the toothbrush is against your teeth, are you really cleaning your teeth even though you're making the motions and doing the motions of brushing your teeth? No, it doesn't matter if you have toothpaste on your toothbrush. It's the same thing with these exercises. If you're doing heavy RDLs but you're feeling it in your lower back, you're not going to get the benefits of it actually fully working your glutes. So prioritize muscle to mind connection and prioritize your form, even if that means you have to drop the weight. It's more important for you to drop the weight and feel it than to have heavy weight and not feel it. So your leg days are properly structured. You're pushing yourself to failure. You have the proper form. You're making that muscle to mind connection, but your glutes still aren't growing. This is because you guys, and this is one of the biggest mistakes I see so many people make, you guys are not eating enough. And when I say eating enough, I don't mean just protein, I mean calories, okay? Because when it comes to building your glutes, right, getting a bigger butt, making it double the size, you have to feed your ass. You can't be in a caloric deficit, which means that your body is burning more calories than you're consuming. That is for weight loss. You have to either be at a maintenance level or you have to be at a surplus. And a surplus is ideal if you want to double the size of your glutes. So what does this mean is that if you're at a maintenance level, you're eating just as much as calories as your body burns. So if your body burns 2,000 calories, you're eating 2,000 calories. At a surplus level, you're eating more calories than your body burns. So if you burn 2,000 calories, you're eating 2,300 or 2,500 calories a day. Ideally, these calories, you want it to be healthy calories, so healthy carbs, healthy fats, and protein. And when it comes to your protein, a lot of you guys struggle with even hitting 100 grams of protein a day. So what you can do to make sure you hit your protein goal, number one thing, make sure you get 30 grams of protein in before 12 p.m. So that means you're having breakfast, because a lot of you guys be skipping breakfast. So make sure you have 30 grams for breakfast, at least 40 grams for lunch, and at least 40 grams for dinner, and you can have a high protein snack, Greek yogurt parfait, protein shake, protein bar, and that will help you meet your protein intake for the day. But you guys really have to feed your muscles when it comes to building any muscle, honestly, because it's just like a car. If you have this car, it's new, nothing is wrong with it, everything is fixed, you know, you change the oil, the tires are good, and you get into it, you start it, it doesn't turn on because there's no gas. You have to fuel the car for it to move. So same thing with your glutes. You have to feed your ass for it to grow. So make sure you're eating enough calories. Now, the last tip I want to give you guys, which is one of the hardest tips that you probably have to apply out of all these tips, is that you need to give it time. You can be doing everything I spoke about correctly, the right leg day structure, pushing yourself, progressive overload, the right form, muscle to mind connection, you're eating enough protein, you're eating enough calories, but then you're only giving yourself 2 months. After 8 weeks, you're looking at yourself in the mirror like, why isn't my ass growing? Girl, it takes time. Do not compare yourself to people on social media, okay? Because genetics does play a big part. I've seen this with my online coaching. Some of my girls, they get amazing results in 2-3 months. And I'm like, damn, you're lucky with your genetics. And then I have some girls who take 6 months, 12 months to get amazing results because genetics just doesn't work in their favor. Give yourself time. It's literally like you planted a seed in your garden, you watered it, and a month later you looked at it like, yo, where's my tree at? It takes time to grow. Same thing with your glutes. So just be patient. Give yourself a solid 6 months. Track your progress by taking photos, girth measurements, get a tape measurer, go around the circumference, so the middle of your glutes, and just measure it every single month. Don't look at, oh my gosh, it's only grown by like an inch. This month there's no inches that has grown. I look the same. Just focus more so on the things that you can control, which are the reps you're doing at the gym, the weight you're lifting, how much you're eating, how much protein you're having, how consistent you are. Celebrate the wins of, oh my God, I'm getting stronger. My hip thrust weight went up. My squat weight went up. And those small wins, I promise you, will compound to your glutes growing and building. And if this means anything or helps you guys in any way, it took me 18 months to get the results that I wanted, okay? It took a long time, but I did not stop. Because if you play it out, you do for 2 months, working on your glutes, and then you look at yourself, you're like, oh, that's not like, there's nothing really going on back there. What the hell? You can either just stop and give up, and in 4 months from then, you still don't like the way your glutes look, or you can keep going, and 4 months from then, you start seeing results in your glutes. Both are guarantees. You either are guaranteed to have your glutes look the same, or you're guaranteed to have your glutes look better. The results and the progress may not be to the extent that you would like it to be, but you will see some progress, and you just have to keep going. So I hope you guys found this video super helpful and informative. Let me know down below which tip really resonated with you the most, and it's just like, oh, that's what I need to do. Okay, got it. And if you're someone who's just like, this is a lot of information, Tashana, I'm not too sure how much I can lift, I don't know how much I should be eating, then you can sign up for my one-on-one online coaching. I'll do all of that for you. When you guys do click the link down below, I want you to know that you're not signing up to start. You're booking your consultation call. And that's where we can talk about what my coaching looks like, how it works, and we can decide then and there if it's a good fit for you. Then you actually get started. But nonetheless, if you guys just want more content and tips and information on how to build your glutes, also losing body fat, I'm gonna make a video about that soon, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys are subscribed. But nonetheless, I appreciate you guys for watching all the way through. Not sure how long this video is. The goal was 12 minutes, but it probably wasn't 12, but anyways. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.